getting that damn food stamps in damn November? Cause I'm getting my damn.
This woman has been known for abusing these benefits, but they're still benefits. I ain't got a chance. I applied for it before I got denied, but anybody who get it, it's a blessing. Anything free is a blessing. That's the way I take it.
I don't think people should just be like, get your money because it's free. I think that it's a crutch.
Like, you already got 4 kids in a 3-bedroom house. It's packed up like some Mexicans in a Toyota Corolla. And now you want to have more kids for somebody else to take care of? Like, I don't understand why that's not default common sense.
Mean. Who ain't getting that damn food stamps in damn November? Cause I'm getting my damn.
If I see people stealing out the store because y'all turned off food stamps, WIC, all the good resources that people use, whoop-de-doo.
Whatever day that's gonna be, just say, just the day we stealing the stuff is this. Just drop it down there low and let me know. I'll be right there.
I will be at Walmart with my steel toes on and my helmet, and I dare a try to stop me from walking out that store with my groceries.
These people have to feed themselves and their kids. And it's easy for people to say, hey, go get a job. But what about the people that's furloughed?
For the people talking about, oh, go get a job. First of all, not everybody is mentally capable of working a 9-to-5. Not everybody is in the health condition to work a 9-to-5. Not every mother wants to work and raise her kids.
When the food stamps get cut, what do you think gonna happen? When people cannot feed their kids, what do you think gonna happen?
Okay, so let me first start by saying that what we are seeing in those videos is what socialism looks like in the real world, from each according to their ability to each according to their need, which sounds like a good slogan to a lot of people. The question is, who is in need? Are they people who are genuinely in need, or are they people who choose to be in need, who choose not to work? And this to me is why the whole rise of Zohran Mamdani there in New York is quite troubling to me.
Anyway, guys, we're here with the next mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani.
The fact that people are hanging on his every word with chronic amnesia, acting as if socialism is new, forgetting all the atrocities that it caused across the 20th century, and the kind of entitled looter mindset that we see in these videos. Socialism will never work because you essentially have to rewire man in order to make it work. You have to make hardworking people okay with the fact that there are freeloaders among us who won't work, who won't do their so-called fair share, but will get an equal portion of the rations. This is why it's amazing to me that according to a 2019 study conducted by Cato Institute, over 60% of so-called blacks had a favorable view of socialism, and a not insignificant percentage of other ethnicities also had a high view of socialism. This speaks to how susceptible a troubling portion of Americans are to such a nation-ending ideology. And before some of you act on your impulse to blame all of this on the Democrats, let me just remind you this is actually a bipartisan issue. Richard Nixon supported a universal basic income and some of these welfare policies himself. While it is true that Democrat President LBJ intensified the welfare state, Martin Luther King didn't believe that it went far enough, which is why he presided over something called the Poor People's Campaign, which he hoped would go even further than LBJ's war on poverty. Martin Luther King was a huge self-admitted socialist, and it was Ronald Reagan, a Republican president, who signed the bill that made Martin Luther King Day a national holiday. Herbert Walker Bush, Republican, Clinton, Democrat, George W. Bush, Republican, Obama, Democrat, all did things to advance the socialist cause in America.
Sometimes you talk about welfare cuts, and that if you don't vote, somebody's going to cut your welfare.
And so when I see those videos, none of this is actually surprising to me. And it's also not surprising to me that so-called blacks have a higher view of socialism than any other ethnic group, because for the majority of the 20th century, the civil rights movement, which was socialist, was focused primarily on so-called black people who actually had a better cultural ethos before the civil rights movement.
Go ahead, Willie. I know you sent me this video. What were your thoughts?
He took the time to say what I think, so I appreciate that. But for the people in those videos, I mean, stereotypes don't write themselves, but we definitely have a good way of perpetuating them. Everything, she got a softball helmet and some steel-toe boots, and she's happy about going to go steal groceries. Like, as mind you, I have a vested interest in Section 8. Most of you guys know that. So that aside, I am very, 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 very tired of people perpetually being on government assistance. like the legacy government assistance where you can pass it down to your kids and your kids can pass it down to their kids, automatically qualifying for SNAP because your parents were on it, all of those things. There's no good that comes from that other than people being able to eat shit food, stay fat, and not do better for themselves. People on these programs, like, they have no responsibility or even make effort to do better. And then a lot of them are having more children while they're on Section 8. Like, you shouldn't be able to reproduce. If there was a change I'd make to the program is you have to be on birth control of some permanent kind while you're on government assistance, because there is no way that you being on government assistance and having more children that you can't afford and then placing that on taxpayers should be logical or fair or deemed normal or permitted in our society. Like, I'm the most anti-socialism or socialistic person I think that you guys will come across in these spaces. But the fact remains, look at the people who are having these conversations and making this content. That's not going to make people feel bad for them. It's going to make the people who actually come out here and work for a living, who do what it takes to be self-sufficient, who do what it takes to work a job, to be functional adults. It's going to make us even more sick of y'all or these people. So Buddy cooked it in the video. He said to each according to their need, ability to each according to their need. And it's just, people think they should have their needs met and arbitrarily not have to do shit to earn those. So I'm a vehement opponent of that mindset and logic.
I think that men cheering for that, I mean, men gonna be men. Is always gonna be something negative about women when it comes down to this. Now, the benefits have been abused, right? Women has been known for abusing these benefits, but they're still benefits. The world is so like chaotic and cruel. Any lick is a good look. That's the way I look at it. Now, I ain't got a chance. I applied for it before I got denied, but anybody who get it, it's a blessing. Anything free is a blessing. That's the way I take it. That's all I got, y'all. I'm trying to get my head together.
Okay. Hit that lick.
Hit that lick. Hey, everybody, especially Will.
What's going on? I seen you kind of making some faces. What were you thinking?
You said me?
Aisha.
Oh. I mean, I just agree with the panel. I think that it's the program.
I thought you listened to what Shanice was saying. You didn't hear what she said? No, you
didn't. I don't think people should just be like, get your money because it's free. I think that it's a crutch. I think that if you need it, then it should be there for you to use. But it should be a cap and it should be a limit. This is what we gotta work every day, right? This is what our tax dollars go to. So we should be able to choose. People shouldn't, like he said, I never even heard of legacy, but apparently you can pass food stamps down. I ain't even ever heard of nothing like that. That's insane to me. Like, especially because I just bought groceries 2 days ago. You know what I mean? Like, and the cost of food is insane. And I never understood like why they get to sit at home and collect government assistance, yet I gotta go to work every day and buy these groceries with my cash money. Why they not passing it? When I was in the military, we got a food allowance just for going to work. Why they can't give it to people that go to work every day? Like, you go to work every day, you have 4 kids. Here is some money to help you and your kids out. Thank you for contributing to society. A food allowance. Like, reward the people that's actually out here working. You know what I mean? Motivate them to start working, because they're not going to work if they get free food. I was mad the other day when I was in Tony's Market. The lady had a basket full of seafood when I got up there, and she paid for all of that lobster with food. I was upset. I ain't gonna even hold you. I was mad. She got them crab legs and stuff, and it was a lot. And she pulled out that card, and I said, well, damn, they ain't even want to give me no food stamp. you know, and I go to work every day. So I just think it needs to be a cap. It needs to be a limit. They need to, you know, revamp it. They need to go to the drawing table and come back up with a system where like you can't be legacy, like Willie stated. You need to have some other type of income coming in. You can't just be nothing. You know what I mean? And it needs to be like it needs to be revamped. People shouldn't just be getting over. You look at it as like get your money, but in reality, it's our money. We the ones working every day and paying taxes. So really, we paying for their food stamps.
If you get any type of government assistance, you should be drug tested and again not be able to reproduce until you were in a position where you can afford to eat.
Y'all, wow.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna take
y'all,
that
wow.
far.
It's
I wasn't
like,
gonna
oh
take
my
it that far.
God.
He's like, don't even have kids. Don't even
No,
have kids.
I'm not. Wait. To be clear, I'm not saying don't have children. I'm saying don't have any more children. If you get on food stamps with 4 kids, there's no reason for you to be at kid number 9 asking for more food stamps. That's just irresponsible. Like you already got 4 kids in a 3-bedroom house, packed up like some Mexicans in a Toyota Corolla, and now you want to have more kids for somebody else to take care of. Like I don't understand why that's not default common sense.
So I want to ask. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just don't get how that's not like a. I know if you're thinking like, mind you, I'm the guy that's like, you know, I'm in the middle as far as being on the left and right. But like, I agree with women should be able to have abortions, but I don't like Democrats because they want to cut kids' private parts off, and if you don't let them, they can put the parents in jail. So they lost me. But what I am also vehemently against is that people having children and reproducing on somebody else's dime. It's no different than me going to go have 4 kids, or me getting on food stamps with 4 kids, and then getting 3 more, and then having concrete pay for them. Like she's taking money out of her pocket to come pay for my kids that she didn't birth, that she doesn't know, she's never seen, or that she didn't have at least, you know, the pleasure of meeting. And it's unfair for people to like try to glance past that part, because what we also can see is that the most fertile group of people are those on government assistance. So if you look at, and to our benefit, the majority of people on this are white, even though they make up, you know, 83% of the population or whatever it is. They're having the most children. It's not the people like Aisha, Shanice, Concrete Bow that, you know, went to school, did what they're supposed to do, and they not having a bunch of babies. It's the girls who are having, it's the people who are having kids who can't fucking afford them because they know that if I have more kids, I get more money. That's the part that's unfair to me, and that's the part that I have a vested interest in. But I mean, I don't want to tell anybody what to do with your coochie, but fellas, if she's on government assistance, you shouldn't be fucking her.